misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked.
J.R. Smith cost Cleveland Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals and their chance at the title. LeBron James was so upset after the loss that he broke his hand punching a whiteboard in the Cavs locker room.
What do you mean, I'm not sure? No, I don't know his state of mind.
Thank you.
If LeBron ever looks at you like this, your career is done. After this terrible moment, he was a dead man walking. JR f***ed up pretty bad, but he's hardly the only NBA player to ruin his entire career in one moment.
I mean, anything can happen on the basketball court, you know?
We've got dudes dying of an overdose right after they get drafted, dudes beating up their girlfriends,
Did that daddy choke mommy?
and dudes whose girlfriend is 12, like Josh Giddey. We hear Giddey actually met his girl in the YouTube comments section, so go ahead, like and subscribe. Maybe you'll find your princess. Let's wrap up this J.R. Smith story before we get to talking about underage girls. Smith's career died so quickly after blowing the finals for Cleveland. He only played in 17 more games before abruptly retiring.
Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked.
Forgetting the score and dribbling out the clock wasn't JR's only mistake. This dude blundered all the time. He was not known for being smart.
If I thought we were ahead, then I would have just held on to the ball, let him foul me. But clearly that was.
JR would go out and get a tattoo every time he messed up, which explains why he looks like this. Was JR on drugs or something? Probably, but we can't prove it. This next guy, he was on drugs, and it got proved by the coroner. If you grew up watching basketball in the 80s, you likely remember a dude named Len Bias dominating the college game in Maryland. At 6'8", Bias could finish over you or through you. He shot over 53% from the field over his 4 years at Maryland, dropping 23 points per game his senior season. He was destined to be an NBA superstar.
That's the two-point game with the basketball.
Bias spinning move into the lane. Holy cow, what a shot!
The Boston Celtics took Bias number 2 overall in the 1986 NBA draft.
The Boston Celtics select Len Bias of the University of Maryland.
With their team president, Red Auerbach, saying that Bias was the closest thing he'd seen to Michael Jordan.
He is the best athlete, in my opinion, in the whole draft.
The sky was the limit for Len Bias, and he knew it. He inked a deal for over $3 million and then got together with some of his old college buddies to celebrate. Staying true to the 1980s, Bias and his buddies met up in their old dorm room in Maryland and started blowing rails. This was just 2 nights after the NBA draft. Bias hadn't even gotten to wear a Boston Celtics jersey yet, and he never would.
I have an ambulance football room. It's a man who's Len Bias. And he just went to Boston and he needs some assistance. Talking about someone needs, Len Bias needs help.
What's your name?
My name is Brian.
Brian what?
Trouble. Please come as soon as you can. It's no joke.
Less than 48 hours after walking across the stage and shaking David Stern's hand, Len Bias was dead. Brian Tribble didn't call 911 right away because he was busy subscribing to this channel. That goes to show how important our videos are. Maybe getting drafted 2nd overall is a curse, because this next player was picked number 2 in the 2002 NBA draft and nearly died as well. His name is Jay Williams. You've probably seen him as a sports talk personality on ESPN.
You're not going to like this one.
But he used to be one hell of a 2-guard at Duke in the 90s. Playing under Coach K, Williams tore up college basketball. He dropped over 20 points per night in both 2000 and 2001 at Duke.
Jason Williams drives to the hole. Got it. Chance for a 3-point play.
Which prompted the Chicago Bulls to spend their 2nd overall pick on him in the 2002 draft.
Select Jay Williams from Duke University.
Williams played 75 games in his rookie season, posting decent numbers. He averaged 10 points and 5 assists per game. Not great, but a solid foundation to build off of. Sadly for Williams, that foundation was about to be taken out from under him.
A one out. Jay Williams, gear check.
Williams would never play basketball again.
I got on my bike and I started to pull away. I didn't have a helmet on, and on the third rev, in the middle of the rev, I heard the bike go click, click. The bike popped up on me, it slipped into gears, and the next thing you know, I was headed towards a utility pole going 65, 70 miles per hour. And my legs are laying on the street as if I'm laying on my side. And it's the weirdest feeling to explain, that when you could feel your hand touching your leg, but you can't feel your leg touching your hand back.
The two-time national champion in college with a huge pro contract and unlimited potential had ruined his career by trying to rev his bike up. Jay Williams f***ed up, and it wouldn't be the last time. Even though he couldn't feel his feet, Williams landed on them and got a job with ESPN. He's been broadcasting on the worldwide leader in sports for so long now that most people forget he used to be a promising young player. This dude just can't help but tank his career though. And he did something so stupid while employed for ESPN that he lost all credibility as a broadcaster. The Boston Celtics hired Ime Udoka, a black man, to be their head coach in 2021. Jay Williams was elated. Finally, a black man gets to be the coach of the Celtics. He tweeted out his congratulations. One problem though, Ime Udoka was not the first black head coach in Celtics history. In fact, Boston has done more than any other NBA franchise to break down the color barriers and integrate the sport. The Celtics drafted the first black player in 1950. They rolled out the first all-black starting five in 1964. They hired the first black coach, Bill Russell, in 1966. This franchise literally broke the color barrier, and Williams is chiding them for never hiring a black coach. Read a book, dude. Watch a documentary. Thousands of fans took to social media to brutally roast Jay Williams for not knowing his NBA history. Ime Udoka was actually the fifth black head coach in Celtics history, not the first. How can a professional working for the largest sports media company in the world be so uneducated about NBA history?
You got your moment? You happy now? You happy?
That's
Both
right.
of you? You happy?
Jay Williams did what any embarrassed celebrity would do. He lied.
Having a hard time.
Got me?
That's April Fool's.
Williams posted a follow-up tweet saying that his account was hacked and that he totally knew that Boston had hired black coaches before. Sure, dude. Whatever you say. ESPN canceled Williams' radio show in 2023 because we're all sick of listening to the dude at this point. Williams ruined his NBA career and his broadcasting career. He's been married for 5 years. I wonder how long until he ruins that relationship. At least Williams could convince a woman to marry him. These next two dudes are so bad at handling women that it should be illegal.
I hate you.
I hate you more.
Wait, it is illegal. Josh Giddey porked an underage fan he met at a club, and this dude, Miles Bridges, beat up his girlfriend and threw billiards balls at her. Miles Bridges went to Michigan State for 2 years in the mid-2010s and became one of the most decorated players in MSU basketball history.
Wow. LS3. Slammed in by Bridges.
6-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Team MVP. Bridges was the man.
One another in all probability. Bridges drops the sledgehammer.
He was selected 12th overall in the 2018 NBA Draft by the Clippers.
2018 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Miles Bridges from Michigan State University.
But was traded to the Charlotte Hornets on draft night. His career was off to a promising start, with Bridges leading his team to win the Rising Stars Challenge during All-Star Weekend and getting named MVP for the game.
Bridges gives it up off the
Bridges was a great player, but his temper was scary. In 2022, Bridges was fined and suspended for whipping his mouth guard at an obnoxious Hawks fan in Atlanta. The guy he hit with the mouth guard was only 16. Meaning Bridges and Josh Giddey both have something in common. This rubber mouth guard would actually be the softest thing that Bridges would hurl at someone he was angry with. That fan should consider themselves lucky it wasn't a pool ball, because Bridges was a known billiards ball thrower. This would come a few months later in a domestic violence incident between Bridges and his girlfriend. On that fateful night, Bridges beat the poor girl up, causing her to suffer a concussion, nose fracture, rib contusion, and a neck muscle strain. He then proceeded to hurl pool balls at the windshield of her car while her 2 kids were in it.
On Friday, October 6th, that was last week, Bridges allegedly threw pool balls at a car belonging to the mother of his children, smashing the windshield and denting the vehicle. Documents show it happened during a custody exchange at his home. The paperwork also goes on to say that the children were actually in the car at the time.
This disgusting display caused Bridges to miss the entire 2022-23 season. He has played a few games here in 2023-24, but things are weird. The fans aren't digging him, and reports indicate that the Hornets are unlikely to renew his contract at the end of the year. Bridges is actually a rapper, releasing an album called Halftime in 2021. Here's the very first line in the album.
I done had 100 bitches tell me that they love me.
Really, Miles? 100? 100? 100? Since you got options, hit up one of the other 99, because your ex definitely wants nothing to do with you anymore. She got a restraining order, and now Bridges isn't allowed to go anywhere near her or the kids. Maybe this is why Josh Giddey chooses to go after underage girls. Less violence. Australian-born guard Josh Giddey is an up-and-coming star for the Thunder and a teenage heartthrob with those flowing locks.
And Giddey from the outside, 4-3, knocks it down.
One night, while out partying in a club, Giddey met a sexy little blonde girl who talked him into taking her home and doing the shit out of her.
What's up, my man? We're at the front of the club. Me and my girl. Gotta head back to mine.
It happened, and the girl posted the hookup all over her socials. She also wouldn't stop blabbing about it the next day at recess.
Hey guys, I dated Josh. We don't have to talk about it.
Giddey said he had no clue the girl was underage. But now it makes so much more sense why a 6th grade pre-algebra book was open on the desk and her bed was shaped like a race car.
NBA star Josh Giddey with the Oklahoma City Thunder coming under fire following allegations he had an inappropriate relationship with a high schooler.
This one is still ongoing. We don't even know all the details yet. On the one hand, you could argue it's going to be okay for Josh because the Thunder are letting him play during the investigation. On the other, things look pretty bad considering the evidence of this underage fling is posted all over the internet. Damn, the world is a scary place. There's motorcycle accidents, lawsuits, jailbait lurking in dark clubs. Sometimes it's best to just stay on the couch and watch another banger video.